we welcome you in this exciting new journey of your life, this new stage which we call university, the stage that comes with some so-called freedom and growth. University is an interesting place, which when you define it, it's a high-level educational institution in which students study for degrees and academic research is done. When we begin to look at the word, we see that it's also a universal aspect, where the word uni expresses that different people from different cultures, racial groups, language, and religious backgrounds from our country, continent, and world come share a space to learn. However, university is so much more than this. It is where some of the greatest inventions were first developed. The creation of philosophical and ideological ideas, sports heroes, and leaders who both impacted society positively and negatively. University is also a place where one begins to understand their identity, a place with many challenges. A Stellenbosch University is multi-religious, gender-inclusive, multicultural, and multilingual, where institutions become hubs of academic excellence, thought leaders, and world changers. Where we are governed by values to give us space where our individual identity is respected in light of the collective identity which we share, being our humanity. To get to this vision and ideal, it will be difficult, but I believe we need to be uncomfortable in order to become. We need to listen effectively, listen to understand, and not listen selectively. As the proverb reads, to answer before listening is foolish and shameful. We have entered into an interesting time, not only as a campus, but also as a country. However, this crossroads calls for a choice for us to work together, to take responsibility, and to develop a nation and a campus. Or we can carry on being divided and placing our own self-conceived entitlements above the needs of others. If we have no peace, it is because we have forgotten that we belong for each other. Mother Teresa. If we do not repent and turn around as fellow human beings, we will continue to suffer. And those who are oppressed by the scars of our past will continue to be oppressed and will evidently worsen our future. We need a metanoia, which is the Greek word repent. I knew they would do that. Which is the Greek word which means to repent, turn around, which calls us to turn around 180 degrees for the sake of our humanity. Our history has not assisted us in this process, and this calls for us to be the generation that not only changes South Africa, but develops it and transforms it according to our South African constitution, as well as unlearning exclusion. We cannot get there if we are not convicted with these marred perceptions of social construction, class, gender, religion, and racial identities. Thomas Jefferson said it best, all people are created equal. Martin Luther King Jr. prophetically said, I see a time where people will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I believe we are that generation. I believe it is that time. Character. I believe it is that time, but the complexities to get there are real and will be difficult. That's why we need to journey together. Character directs people to integrity. The Egyptian principle comes to mind of Mahat. The Mahat is an ancient Egyptian concept of truth, balance, order, harmony, law, morality, and justice. It represents an ethical and moral principles that every Egyptian citizen was expected to live throughout their daily lives. So what does this collective vision and challenge mean for us as individuals? What is our individual social responsibility? Universities are so much more than places of just studying. It's places of growth, where we make choices that will impact the rest of our lives and our futures. We must go beyond our degrees and critically think innovatively to develop and impact society positively, as well as influence and build relationships in our student communities and with our fellow Maties. Educating the mind without educating the heart is not education at all, Aristotle. This calls for leadership, not only in light of this collective vision and challenge, but also as individuals in our lives and responsibilities. A true leader has the confidence to stand alone, the courage to make tough decisions, the compassion to listen to the needs of others. That person does not set out to be a leader, but becomes one by the equality of the person's actions and the integrity of their intent. You are the next leaders. You are the world changers that we envision and hope for in this society and vision. It's not just about being confident, courageous, and compassionate, but you also need to be disciplined, committed, determined, and diligent. Jeremy Kubik helps us when he says, liberating leaders ensure true influence and calls us to humble ourselves, empower others, listen to their emotions as well as words, practice empathy, and lead others to success through service mentality. Universities offers the platform for us to develop our character and integrity. We can begin by asking ourselves the following questions. Who am I? Which pertains to your identity. Why am I here? Your purpose. What can I do? Your potential. Where am I going? Your destiny. Where do I come from? Your source. What are the values that guide me? Your value system. We are all born leaders and have to be proactive and effective in our unique, diverse ways. We need to continue to develop and leave seeds for others to build for the sake of the future generation that will come after us. Stephen Covey says, proactive people focus their efforts on the circle of influence to shrink the circle of concern. By building relationships as well as people who make love a verb and subordinate their feelings to values. We need to begin with the end in mind and know that our efforts are not in vain. Personal development and integrity are key, new Maties. Stephen C. Maxwell identifies in his book, Develop the Leader Within You, that integrity is the most important aspect of leadership. Integrity builds trust. Integrity has a high influence value. Integrity facilitates high standards. Integrity results in a solid reputation, not just an image. Integrity means living it myself before leading others. Integrity helps a leader to become credible and not just clever. Integrity is a hard-won achievement. Be the change you want to see, Gandhi says. There is a light in you all, for you are the light of the world, and the world is waiting on us to be the change and overcome the shade that tries to overcome and cover us and limit our full potential. Like Mahatma Gandhi said, it's the action, not the fruit of the action that's important. You have to do the right thing. It may not be in your power, it may not be in your time that there will be any fruit, but that doesn't mean you stop doing the right thing. You may never know what results will come from your actions, but if you do nothing, there will be no results. So I ask you, new students of Stellenbosch University, what legacy will you leave? How will you be remembered? Let us change this country and develop to an inclusive, innovative, equal society where everyone's value is respected and appreciated. I thank you.